What's up, everybody? What's happening? Hello, gamers. It's K Mega 5 coming to you live from the 5, where your I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers, man. I am here to I just want to hear I just can't wait to see what the people in the comments are going to say. I'm already seeing that Tony 82 is already getting started. But man, what's going on, everybody? Glad that you can make it. And listen, if you haven't heard listen to last Friday's GRG episode, man, please go check it out. It was a great episode, man. Actually, GRG is great as it is, but if you haven't go checked it out, check it out last Friday. This week is going to be another good week. Going to be a lot of great discussions. Also, if you are new to the channel, welcome. Be so kind to hit that like, that subscribe button. Also, hit the notification bell. And then let's get started. Let's get right to it because I don't want to make it a long video. I just want to kind of break stuff down from my perspective because I already know that there's people that don't agree with what I think about this whole situation. But let's get into it. What's going on with you, Elite? What's happening, everybody? So let's talk about it. Okay, so listen, let me just break this down first. Now, I'm saying this as a PlayStation owner. So for people that wants to try to make this out to where I just hate PlayStation and I want to go after, I have to do this disclaimer pretty much every time I got to say something about PlayStation. It's pretty embarrassing, but you have to do that these days because there's so many people that just want you just want to just spill venom, just spit it at you, just say that you just dislike something or you hate something. Listen, this is just the reality. Um, as we're looking at this clip right here, yeah. I mean, is this console attractive to people? I don't know. But look at this right here. Just look at this situation right here where the man is and it might be a little delay because I'm seeing it right here, but just look at this right here where the guy is pulling apart the plastic in order to get inside the box of the console. Now, listen, is it a like an overburden? Is it a crazy hassle? No, to get in there and to change out the M.2. Uh, no, it's not, or just to add one. No, it's not. But the fact of it is that why is it in 2020 you have to rely on something that PlayStation 3 gamers have been doing since that time? We're talking about going back to what, 2006? That's the thing to me. It's where it's it's like I understand the whole damned if you do. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of idea. But I mean, look, it's 2020. I mean, either there's really two things out of this. Is where Sony just didn't want to, it just didn't fit into Sony's budget to want to make it to where it's more accessible for PlayStation fans or owners to have like an external, or it's just that they didn't even really think about it. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure that these are smart people. I'm sure that they thought about it, but it has to be probably doing something with cost efficiency. And I mean, look, I don't know about you, but for me, when I think of consoles, I think of plug and play. I think of ease of play. This is one reason why I enjoy consoles more than I do PC. Even as a person who has a PC, who has built my both of my PCs, and it's like, look, I mean, PC is its own entity. So from when I see the PlayStation fans that try to damage control the situation, try to make it out to be like, oh man, it's just as easy. I mean, it's just like a PC. No, a console is not supposed to be like a PC. If anything, what this does by tearing down a console to just put in an extra piece of something of some kind of storage, then why not just get a PC? If you're going to go ahead and try to just buy a PC yourself or try to learn how to build one, I mean, I don't get this. It just doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Um, Another thing that is problematic, because I also seen the people that was trying to say, well, this is genius because you could take this thing apart and you could take the fan out and you could clean it. Yeah, you can. But aren't consoles not meant to be moved around that much? Aren't consoles meant to be in a place to where they get enough air and you can actually try to blow something out? Like, I mean, what are we doing here? Like, why are there people that's trying to make this out to where this is just genius? And then when the part where the person was when the guy was peeling off the plastic, right? Did you see all the things he had to do? He had to take off the bottom part of it, and then he had to unscrew that. Then he had to go in here and put these little clips on something. He had to put a little button into something. Then he had to put these clips on it. Then he had to lay it down on his side and then the pull that layer off and that cover off, and you see it bend. Just think about how people are going to just see. And this is the thing right here. People aren't thinking about, yeah, when you first have a console, you're going to treat it like a brand new kid. You know, it's going to be like a baby. You're just going to be delicate. You're going to take your time with it. You don't want it to, or a new car. You're going to just take your time with it. You're not going to overexert it. But once you get comfortable, this is when the problems happen. This is when people aren't so they're not thinking about, well, I better be easy with this. They're just going to come in and just pop it off and do all types of tinkering and then just not really think about it, and then that's when the problems happen. So then you're going to have a lot of people that has a PlayStation 5s that's going to have a lost cover unless because I know you can see that these covers are removable, so that's for like custom consoles and stuff like that, which is really cool. But also you're going to have people that's going to have just have consoles that's just going to have broken pieces of their cover, or they're going to have one side completely missing, or you know what I'm saying. Plus, it's going to get dirty. It's there's a whole bunch of things that's just wrong about this, right? Like It's 2020. I mean, what's going on here? Like the ease, it should be easier, not more difficult. And yes, is it over tedious? No, it's not. But is it? But it still is unnecessary in these days and times. And when you tell me that it's 2000, that something that you used to do back in 2006 is just as good for doing it in 2020, if it doesn't, I mean, when it comes to technology, that is a problem to me. That really trips me out. Like, and I mean, somebody else said, Six Layer said PlayStation 2. See, you see, that's the thing. Like, that just shows my ignorance about breaking and cracking into something. If something was ever messed up, the only time that I opened up my console was from um, the PlayStation 1, because if you remember, the PlayStation 1 had that weird eye problem, and then people had to turn them over upside down, or they had to, people put them on the sides. I know I used to do all different types of things, and then I finally cracked it open and looked at the lens and all that type of stuff, and that was it. And this is how I knew about the whole situation about the warranty thing, which I haven't got into yet. Is that when I took it to my friend, because I've told this story a million times, that I had a friend in KB Toy Store. I went through around anywhere from 8 to 11 PlayStation 1s. I paid for about 4 of them, and the rest of them, my homeboy just like, man, come on, man. But he says we got a whole back pile, just a pile of PlayStation 1s that we got to ship back because they're just broken, and and people had to get charged from it, and they voided their warranties if they opened up the console. So that's what made me pull back. It's like, oh, well, I ain't never opening up a console again. Now I get what's up with you, Rain. Now I get that, like with this video, they're kind of promoting you to open it up and things like that. But just think how Sony's policies are. Sure, you can open it up, but if something goes wrong, do you think that they're going to want to be liable? You think that you can call them up and say, "Ah, man, I accidentally broke the panel because I was trying to change out my SSD." You think they're going to give you a brand new panel? They're not. Tough. Or you could buy one for however much that they will be, because I'm sure that there'll be some available. And then let's think about this. It's like I said, like people in the beginning, they take care of their products really well. But then once they get comfortable and it's been there for a while, then that's when people start kind of slacking off. And then again, you start taking that thing, you ain't had, you don't have the proper kit to not try to get that thing full of static, or you go in there with your fingers, you don't have the proper gloves, you don't have anything to connect to some metal or anything. You're not even thinking about that at that point. You're just trying to switch out. And let's not forget about the people also who will try to attempt to mess with this stuff and don't know what they're getting. Like there'll be people that was just like, man, I'm not going to pay this much for this extra piece of storage. I see this for so much money, I'm going to go ahead and buy this. And if they're not paying attention to what they have to buy on that list, then they could put that in there and that can mess up the console. that could do some damage. Now I know to some people, oh man, come on, Mega, you just there's a reason why Sony put out a list saying what can be done and what can't. What's going on with you, Trizzy? What's going on with you, Trizzy? Like that's the thing. That's some of the problems. Listen, we can go back and you can look where people have said that they went inside that their PlayStation 3s, their PlayStation 4s, and they went to do something, and then next thing you know, they wanted to because it was a problem that was already internal that happened with the console, but they wanted to try to fix it themselves or do something themselves, and then Sony hit them with the you should not open up the console. You voided your warranty. And we've seen this. We've talked about this. I posted this type of stuff. Other people have posted these type of things. We've had diehard PlayStation fans get so upset because of something that's happened internally in the console, and then they try to go and fix it, or they did fix it, and then maybe something else happened, and then somebody says, "Oh, nope, 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 you broke this seal." And if you look closely, there's a seal there. Now I don't know what part of where it was actually at, but when you see it, he pulls some kind of seal off. I don't know exactly, and I know that there's not going to be people that's going to be breaking it down that that deep, but there's going to be people that's going to try to do different types of things with the console. And for what I'm seeing PlayStation stands go out and say, "Oh man, it's genius. You could just take the fan out and blow it out." Yeah, you could do that, but how many times are you going to do that? You're going to do that every week? And we already see how people already react when we see the Xbox One X's and the PlayStation Pros sitting in tight areas, and then they're complaining that their consoles are running hot. Some people just don't comprehend those things. Not saying that they're dumb or they're fools. It's just saying just people don't think about those things like that. And when you have somebody that has a PlayStation 5 and their memory's gone because they got COD put in there, and I understand that some of this stuff is going to be compressed, and then they're looking and they see that they want to get expansion, and they got to crack open. There's going to be kids that's going to try to crack open this thing. And I understand that there's a how-to, and you can look on Twitter, and you can do all this stuff, but mistakes can happen, and it will happen. That's why I'm saying, how is this even logically smart anymore? It's great back then, and it's even acceptable, I guess, with the PlayStation 4. But I wasn't going to crack anything open in my PlayStation until and just was complaining like, look, if Xbox can give you where you can plug in your external, that should be all we need. And right now, the PlayStation finally did it, and there you go. Bro, Steel Knuckles, don't do that. Steel Knuckles, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. But man, Steel Knuckles says, Mega, those people are dumb. Listen, bro. I don't like calling people out their names like that. Even though I've been called out my name already a couple of times. I had to stop conversation with a few people because you sound like an idiot. You just don't know what you're talking about. This is how you do it, you fool. Listen, man, it's not that serious. You can disagree with me all you want to, but there's no reason to take personal shots because you're so heavily invested into a console like that. Listen, I love my Xbox, but I'm not going to get mad at you because you tell me that the Xbox is not the console of choice for you, or the Xbox has no games or something like that. We could just discuss it and talk about it. That's it. Thank you, Still Knuckles. So Still Knuckles in the chat says, "I'll do it for you." There you go. There you go. Thank you. I have a problem with people actually really taking this so seriously when people question certain things, because as a gamer and as watching people and friends who has these other consoles, I see how the people can neglect their consoles. I've seen some horrible stuff. Just caked on dust and everything. Look, I want convenience. Consoles are supposed to be plug and play. All you have to do with the Series X, grab the external, plug it in, pull it out, and that's it. You get your whiffer, clean the dust around, get you an air blower, blow that thing out, make sure that you got it in an open space to where it can push out the air. That's all I want to do. That's so convenient. Like, Xbox has thought about everything on that end, and plus the fact that they've already stated that down the line there's going to be more products to come out to where you can external drives from different manufacturers, and hopefully it's definitely going to happen, but it's the prices are going to eventually go down, and they will for the PlayStation as well. But again, you still have to go inside the box, which tells me, which was my other part that I missed. My bad. Was this? PlayStation definitely is going to come with a mid-gen PlayStation 5. There's no doubt about it now. And they're going to implement these things that Xbox already has. And I guarantee you, these people that's over here telling you that it's no big deal. I've been doing this since the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 2. Man, why are you acting like this is such a big deal? They're going to praise it, they're going to beloved it, and they're going to champion it as though this was the first time that it's ever been done in history. Mark my words. It's already going to happen. It's really a thing to where, man, PlayStation fans, I mean, when are we going to start getting some things popping off where we can start getting some of you guys to really start talking about how weird this whole situation is? Why this isn't Digital Foundry breaking this down? Why this isn't some of the famous YouTubers out here that loves PlayStation breaking this thing down, talking about it and showing how people can do it from their favorite content creator? Why is this so controlled? Why is this in a setting in a white room that's just weird? Like, I don't get this. I understand Sony is a Japanese company, but they could have showed this. They could have showed this back in June or July, whenever they showed the console. Don't you think? Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, there's so many other people that has a Series X that shows confidence into the console. Period. So why is Sony holding back on, not showing this console or not letting this console get out in the wild and letting people actually dissect it to where content creators they can trust can see it instead of this crazy, I don't know, moment. So again, like I said, I'm going to give me a PlayStation 5. There's no question about that. But look at that. Like, yeah, the fan thing is cool, but look at that again. That's just like, with your fan that you hook up into your PC, right? What if somebody's trying to put that little fan put that fan back in those little pins and they break a pin? That can easily happen. If people aren't paying attention and they're just trying to put it in and they break a pin and then that fan don't work, SpaghettiOs. I mean, bruh, there's so many things that can go wrong, and it only takes once. And it's only going to be a situation where Sony's going to tell you, we're sorry, your warranty is voided, you opened up the console. But I'm sorry, it just isn't going to work. If you don't have an extra extended warranty to take it back somewhere else, and you just buy the product and just go and just go try to go off of Sony's warranty, I wouldn't trust that as far as I could throw a human being. You know what I'm saying? Well, a large human being. Let's put it that way. So I don't know. It's really crazy to me. It's bizarre. Like I said, I don't want to go extra long with this video. I just wanted to just touch on a couple of things that was just odd to me. I don't think this type of technology should be enhanced to higher levels, man. I mean, this is a $500 console, and it's getting dusted by the other $500 console. Like, dusted. Like, Sony was at its prime at making consoles. It is getting destroyed by Xbox right now. It's not even a question at this point. So, listen, I know that there's going to be people that's going to definitely disagree, and I totally get it. I totally understand. But at the end of the day, I think Sony is put themselves in another weird situation by trying to do something that may have been great for them in the past, but it's going to cause a lot of issues going forward. And the sad thing about it is now we're not going to hear a lot about it, except unless we hear it from friends or something else. Doing these things this way, like you got to crack open a console, take all these things, pull the console, take it and put it on a table somewhere. Move all these moving parts that's not supposed to be moved, and hope to God you don't drop the console. Hope to God you don't mess up a pin or something, or you don't screw in something too hard to where you damage something, or or you put static in it to where you shock it and mess up the system. There's or break the or break the lid or whatever that was thing, that plastic stuff by cracking it open because you put too much power into it. There's just too many obstacles when all you could just do is pop it in, pop it out. Just get an external, um, just like the Xbox Series X it has, and just go from there. So that's why I know that there's going to have to be a mid-gen refresh. But anyway, guys, thank you for checking out the video. Anybody got anything to say before I get out of here, or got any questions they want to ask, or they got a comment that they want to bring up right fast about this whole situation? What do you think about it? And then also in the comments too, let me know what you guys think. You know what I'm saying? So all right, I don't see too much going on. So all right, guys, okay. Thank you, man. Thank you, Emmanuel. I just wanted to touch bases, and so I can't wait to read the comments on it. So everybody have a good one. About to go watch this debate here. It's going to be great stuff. Great stuff. All right, and don't forget to check out the next podcast tomorrow night at on Xbox 448 channel, and do not forget to check out the GRG podcast Friday night 7 p.m. We already have one guest lined up. Hopefully the other guests will be lined up as well, and we're going to have a great show, man. So it's going to be fun. So come and check us out, and thank you. Have a good one. Peace.